Hey everyone, welcome to Inside a Buzz, your backstage pass to the real stories behind the stars. Are you ready to get inside the story of Justin Bieber? Let's dive into it.
Fly, fly in your Chardonnay.
Today, we are talking about how a kid from Canada went from singing cover songs in his mom's living room to becoming the world's biggest pop star, and then the world's biggest target. It's a story about insane fame, bad decisions, public meltdowns, and an epic comeback that no one saw coming. How did Justin go from the sweet teen idol we all knew in Baby, to the reckless headline maker who egged his neighbor's house and got arrested for drag racing? And how did he turn it all around, finding faith, love, and a way to make the world love him again? Stick around as we break down the rise, the downfall, why everyone hated him, and how he came back, with all the receipts, wild moments, and lessons in between. Bieber's story is more than just tabloid drama. It's about what fame does to you when you get it too young, and what it takes to pull yourself out of the spiral when the world wants you to fail. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's find out what really happened to Justin Bieber. Every superstar has an origin story, and Justin's is one of the first true YouTube fairy tales. In 2007, Justin was just 13, living in Stratford, Ontario, when his mom started posting videos of him singing in their small-town apartment. He was just a normal kid with a huge voice and a dream. One of those videos caught the eye of talent manager Scooter Braun. Scooter tracked him down, flew him to Atlanta, and set him up with Usher, who saw the same spark. By 2009, Justin dropped One Time. And when Baby hit the internet in 2010, it exploded. The song became one of the most watched YouTube videos ever. At just 16, he was bigger than any teen idol since Justin Timberlake, but times 10. Sold out arena tours, swarms of Beliebers chasing his tour bus, merch, dolls, perfumes, you name it, he sold it. But here's what people forget. Under the hair flips and squeaky clean image, he was still just a kid who skipped a normal childhood to live on private jets and hotel suites. There were warning signs even then, rumors of him being late for shows, a little cocky backstage. But the world was too busy screaming his name to notice. The machine kept moving, the fans kept buying tickets. And no one really asked, is he okay? What made Justin different from other teen idols was how the internet supercharged his fame. He wasn't just on MTV, he was on every computer, every phone, every feed. His fans weren't just local, they were global. The Belieber fandom was one of the first to dominate Twitter, trending hashtags daily, organizing flash mobs, and camping outside venues for days just to catch a glimpse of him waving from a hotel window. He also didn't have a break. Child stars in the past usually had downtime between movies or album cycles. Justin's fame was 24/7, paparazzi at the airport, fans at the hotel, journalists waiting for him to slip up. He was a teenager who had to be on every second. It's easy to forget now, but at one point, his face was plastered everywhere, magazine covers, posters in lockers, commercials, and lunchboxes. He was the dream boyfriend, the perfect son-in-law, the squeaky clean superstar every brand wanted. But under the surface, there were cracks no one wanted to see. A kid pulled out of normal life, raised on stage lights and private jets, surrounded by yes-men who needed him to keep selling records, no matter what. By 2012, the cracks were splitting wide open. Justin was 18, legal adult, millionaire many times over, with more freedom than any normal kid his age could dream of, and more cameras pointed at him than any kid could handle. It started small, showing up late for concerts, walking off stage early, storming out of interviews when he didn't like the questions. He got snippy with paparazzi, sometimes even lunging at them while yelling curses. These weren't isolated incidents, it was a pattern. Then came the monkey fiasco. In 2013, he tried to bring his pet capuchin monkey, Mally, on tour to Germany, but didn't do the paperwork. German customs confiscated Mally at the airport. Instead of fighting to get him back, Justin just left him there. The monkey ended up in a zoo, another bizarre headline in a string of bad ones. Next came the infamous mop bucket video. Justin was filmed peeing in a restaurant's mop bucket while laughing and spraying a photo of Bill Clinton with cleaning fluid, yelling, F*** Bill Clinton. The internet had a field day. This squeaky clean kid was now a reckless brat, and the world ate it up. Then, the egging scandal. In 2014, Justin and his friends threw eggs at his neighbor's mansion in Calabasas, causing about $20,000 in damages. He got charged with vandalism, paid $80,000 in restitution, was sentenced to probation, and had to attend anger management classes. But his lowest point came just weeks later. In January 2014, Justin was arrested for DUI and drag racing in Miami Beach. He was 19, grinning in his mugshot. It spread like wildfire. The sweet kid from YouTube was now the punchline of every late-night monologue. The same people who made him famous were now mocking him relentlessly. For many fans, the dream was over. For critics, it was payback. The golden boy was tarnished. The headlines weren't about sold-out tours anymore. They were about reckless stunts, bad decisions, and a kid on the verge of a full meltdown. So why did everyone hate him so much? Sure, he did dumb things, but lots of celebrities do. Why did the backlash feel so personal, so intense? Part of it was that he made it easy. The attitude, the arrests, the spit on fans moment that went viral. He acted entitled, racing Lamborghinis, abandoning pets, flipping off the people who made him rich. For a while, it seemed like he didn't care about anyone, his fans, his neighbors, or his own image. But it was also about timing. By then, the internet had matured, cancel culture was rising. Social media meant every mistake lived forever. Clips of him acting out spread instantly, and people loved to pile on. He was the perfect target, a pretty boy millionaire everyone secretly envied. Watching him crash felt satisfying for people who thought he'd had it too easy. And the media didn't help. Paparazzi stalked him day and night. They knew any meltdown, no matter how small, would sell. Tabloids twisted stories, blew up rumors. Late-night hosts mocked him relentlessly. It was open season on Bieber. Even other celebrities got in on it. Remember when Orlando Bloom allegedly swung at him in a club over rumors Justin flirted with his ex? Or when Seth Meyers joked about him needing a serious adult time out? Even some Beliebers turned, burning posters, selling tickets, or just quietly moving on to the next idol. Some defended him, saying he was just a kid cracking under pressure, but even they wanted him to get help. To grow up, to prove he deserved a second chance. For a while, it looked like he wouldn't. He was stuck in the tabloid cycle, mess up, apologize, mess up again. But that was just the rock bottom he needed. The turning point came from an unexpected place, a brutal Comedy Central roast. In 2015, Justin did what most celebrities would never do. He sat on a stage and let the world's sharpest comedians tear him apart for hours. They roasted his scandals, his breakups, his arrests, the monkey, the mop bucket. Nothing was off limits. But Justin wasn't just there to laugh at himself, he used it as a public reset. He made a heartfelt speech at the end, apologizing for acting out, promising to be better. It wasn't just PR, it was the first real sign that he knew he had to grow up. And then he put his money where his mouth was. That same year, he dropped Purpose, an album that felt like an open letter to everyone he'd let down. Songs like Sorry, Love Yourself, and What Do You Mean? Topped charts and played on every radio station. The sound was more mature, less bubblegum pop, more electronic, more confessional. He toured again, and this time, people saw a difference. He showed up on time. He hit his notes. He talked about wanting to change. For the first time in years, the headlines were about music again, not mugshots. Fans forgave him. The industry forgave him. The world slowly started rooting for him again. But a hit album wasn't enough. Justin had to fix his real life too. Behind the scenes, he leaned hard into his faith, finding a community that held him accountable and gave him some real normalcy. He reconnected with his family. He cut out bad influences. He spent more time with people who didn't just say yes to him. In 2018, he married Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber, who became his partner through it all. He credits her with helping him find stability he never really had. The wild headlines turned into calmer ones, photos of them walking dogs, going to church, talking about starting a family. Justin also got real about mental health. He admitted he'd battled anxiety and depression for years, things he'd hidden when he was the golden boy. He talked about therapy, medication, and his fight with Lyme disease, proving that even the biggest pop star in the world is still human. His new music reflects that honesty. Songs like Yummy, Ghost, and Peaches show a more grown-up vibe, a calmer artist who's not trying to be perfect. And that imperfection is exactly what makes fans love him again. So that's the real story of how Justin Bieber went from beloved teen idol to pop culture's favorite cautionary tale, and somehow found his way back. What do you think? Did Justin really change? Or did we just grow up with him and decide to forgive? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading what you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to Insider Buzz, and tap the bell for more stories about the messy, beautiful reality behind fame. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and stay inside the buzz.